Welcome. You have made your way to this fantastic show, Revolutionize Your Marketing. Who makes this possible? Mill City Marketing MA, and we have amazing people like the host of this show, creator of Revolutionize Your Marketing, John Petro Sr., operating Mill City Marketing MA. So we'll say Mill City Marketing MA is sponsoring this run of Friday shows. We're here every Friday at 5 p.m. Eastern, live at 5, right here with Revolutionize Your Marketing. Wouldn't be happening if it wasn't for this guy, John Petro Sr. This is about marketing, and John's got a guest, so we'll get a little marketing slant before we're done here. And then we've got another friend of the show coming on too. So you gotta really take John's sleeve and roll it up because you don't know what's up John's sleeve. Take it away, John. What do you got today?
Thank you, Chris. Always, always interesting listening to you introduce the show. But anyways, thanks for tuning in, folks. If you're watching it live or if you're watching it on the replay on my YouTube channel, um, thanks for showing up. Thanks for watching. Go to my YouTube channel, subscribe, and like it. You can see some of my previous podcasts there. And yeah, every week I always do something different. So today I figured I'd go all natural. Take off the background, take off the blurring, and you like my tiger? He keeps my office safe. Uh,
I hear some of those tiger roars out of you today, then, if you're talking that way.
right.
Yeah.
So, anyways, folks, welcome to the show once again. And yeah, I've an interesting guest tonight, Robin Edelman. Come on in here, Robin, and say hi to everybody.
Hi everyone. How are you? It's good to be part of the show. Thanks for the invite.
Everybody wants to be where your background is, that's for sure. Um,
Mm,
little funny thing, we, me and Robin had a little Zoom chat a couple of weeks ago, and we both had the same background up.
yes.
It was interesting. People with, if people were watching that, they'd think we were on the same beach. We wouldn't
Or
be
what
live
or
streaming,
what
that's for sure.
or what amazing trip somewhere or just like it was the place to be right that day. Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So, Robin, why don't we start off and let people know who you are, where you are, and how you get to what you're doing.
Well, my name is Robin Edelman. I've had quite a journey in my life and always always had an inner compass love for others and always reaching out wanting to help. And so just to make I have a holistic view in life. I term as God's medicine. So it's about walking barefoot in your yard. I did that since I was little, and my mom would always tell me, put your shoes on, but I never would. I mean, I would go out and I love shoes, don't get me wrong, but and now coming full circle, I guess it's called grounding now. So, but it just was always a rhythm in me and just again having a love for others. So I began my journey actually just really wearing marketing hats in life when I went out to work for other businesses before owning my own business. And so it was a lot of it was old school. It wasn't like digital. It was getting on the phone and talking to others in that. So skipping to today, prior to doing what I'm doing now, I worked for a live radio talk show and I learned a lot from that. Uh, God shifted me in a very powerful way because after a year and a half working for the show, I left October 2024. They actually went all AI, and I knew God had a better plan for me because a month prior to that, the home that me and my family were living in caught on fire. There was a garage fire and it was electrical fire. So there was no way putting that out. I really honestly thought that me and my younger son were throwing the 5 gallon water containers from our water cooler would work, but we didn't know it was electrical fire, but we lost most of our contacts in our home. But I learned so much from that. I learned that I was really honestly attached to things and many things. When everything settled down and we were all okay and my emotions settled a little bit in the loss of things. And I can't tell you that overnight I felt good about or had the epiphany that there was a very powerful message and a very powerful shift in a great way for me. You wouldn't have been able to tell me that because I was very connected and attached to my books and pens and different things, like writing pens. I'm always wanting to collect pens and mugs and different things. Now I'm more of a minimalist today because I realize that things are just things, and I'm not to treasure things. And but again, it was a process. So I like saying that when things are falling apart, things are they're coming together. Uh, so I shifted into what I'm doing now, and what I'm doing now is called Starfish Perks. And with Starfish Perks, I couple that in graduating into Starfish Perks from the learning and growing I learned with the Todd Hub Show, which is the live radio show I worked for. There were a lot of businesses telling me that they were in debt and they had done most of everything they could to move the needle, and that needle did not move. And along with that was health issues. Now, my heart was bleeding because I wanted to help them, and I didn't really know how to do that. I would pray, but in prayer is very powerful. Uh, However, I wanted to move that needle for them. Like go there and be boots on the ground and whatever. And so with Starfish Perks, I did find a way because now I can show them and help them budget, and just everyday people or businesses help me find them how to budget and to earn money on what they buy anyway at the store. So that's what I'm doing today. And I love it because I'm helping others move the needle and being able to come out of that and that stress coming down. So therefore their health could be better. I can't hear you, John.
Sorry, I put it on mute because there
That's
was a little bit of
okay. That's
background news.
okay.
I usually don't put it on mute, but there was a little bit of background noise, so I wanted to block it
Mm,
out. But yeah, I can relate to you with what you were saying about the house fire. Um, I own a couple properties, and we had one that caught on fire in the middle of the night. And although we didn't have any personal property in there, we did lose a 2-year-old in the fire. There was They were friends of ours, and my wife actually had the little one in the daycare.
uh-huh.
So I know what kind of feelings you were talking about. Um, it was an accidental fire. It wasn't electrical, but yeah, it was determined as unknown cause, even though the
Oh,
cause wasn't known. But
so sorry.
yeah, so we had to deal with that too.
Yeah.
But yeah, and you said you're working back with the radio station that you were with
No, no,
in a way? Or,
I
oh,
was remembering back and I didn't word that the best way, but just in remembrance of what I learned from the show and listening to other people and businesses, their journey. That's what I was hearing a lot, that they were in debt and the rest of the story were with health issues and things.
yeah. Well, since you were in radio before, I have to tell you, I my business is taking another branch out.
Yeah.
Not only do I have social media covered, I also have live stream TV covered now.
Yes.
And as of
Congratulations.
2 weeks ago, I've been in conversation with radio, not just any radio.
Wow.
I've been
Okay.
in, I'm getting the okay to do 30-second audio ads on the number one largest radio network in the country.
Wow. How did that come about? I'm super excited.
And that would be iHeart Radio.
Wow. Do we
Access to
all,
all the access to all the channels across all the country.
I have really happy goosebumps right now for you. I mean, congratulations, when you have the goosebumps, but they're good ones, right?
Yeah.
I am just so thrilled to hear that. You really
So now
deserve that. You're
I have
incredible.
I have all three medias covered. Social media, live stream TV, and now radio.
Yes, that's awesome.
And I think I just landed probably one of my biggest accounts if I decide to take them on. A guy who's developed a whole new line of coffee. He's looking to do a product launch in January.
Oh,
He
wow.
asked me if I'd be interested. Healthy coffee.
Does that have mushrooms and like like different mushrooms or what makes it healthy is what I'm like. I hear and I see a lot of copies where they're adding like mushrooms in them, like may take mushrooms and just like stuff we would find in the forest. I don't know all the names of them, but definitely have health
Oh,
properties to them.
this guy's got he bought two tobacco farms down in Colombia. So it's Colombian coffee. And he's had multiple companies research his coffees and done scientific tests on them. Most coffees keep probably 1% of the nutrients, and his coffee keeps anywhere from 5 to 22% of 7 different nutrients, natural
Wow.
nutrients. He grows the coffee in nutrient soil that he
Oh, that's
turned the
nice.
ground into. And it's probably one of the few types of that coffee. It's um, Health Smart Coffee and Health Wise Coffee. He's got
Nice.
two different brands. He's got a low end and a high end.
I hope you do that because I learned
Yeah.
from, and I remember the man's name is George, but I don't remember the name of his coffee business, but he has a coffee company, I believe in the same country. And he was telling me that because the way the coffee is, that once it reaches here and it's white labeled, uh, uh, we can buy
Yeah.
coffee at the store. He taught me that there's many different brands, but they're all maybe might be from the same source, but they're different company names on them. But he told me that we never really honestly taste what real coffee tastes like because it goes bad after 3 weeks. And we're really
Yeah.
essentially, I mean, this is why he told me, is we're drinking rotten coffee. I mean, it's still, we would know it doesn't hurt us there, but he was challenging me and saying that I bet you have not ever tasted real coffee. Are you finding that too from hopefully your future partnership with healthy
Yeah.
coffee?
Yeah. It gives you no heartburn like some coffees do.
Yeah.
I feel what else? He gave me the names of his two websites. I got to go through and he wants me to go through both of them, read the materials, the studies and everything that he has post, posted on them, and then get back to him with a decision.
Well, I hope that after deep thought, I hope that if you do go with that, that Well, I don't hope, I know it'll be a great thing. And I'm excited to hear the
So
update if you decide to do that. That's great.
I'll keep you posted. I'll be
Please
nice.
do.
I'll keep you posted. But yeah, and the partnership I just did last last week or the week before. Um, I'm an ambassador for Alignable, so I
Yeah.
have a alliance I have up here for the past 10 months now. Built it up to over 200 members, but we just
Yes.
partnered up with the Boston Alliance, which has over 2,400
Wow.
members.
Oh my
So
God.
we're going to start working together. The funny thing is, I just went to their in-person event last Tuesday, and my co-ambassador's name is John. My name's John.
Oh,
The ambassador of the Boston Alliance's name is John,
oh,
and one of the people, one of the gentlemen that was there, who's in both alliances, his name is John.
wow.
So we got three John ambassadors up here working together now.
Wow.
We're calling ourselves the Three Johns. But
Oh,
yeah, so that's going to be skyrocketing the
yes.
alliance up here. Uh,
Incredible.
I just keep bringing people in, talking. I mean, as big as his alliance is, I've been monitoring it the last 3 days. He's been getting around four new members every day. I don't know
Wow.
how he's doing it. I got to find out.
Well, he has many, so they're
But
talking amongst. And are they bringing friends? Is what I think
yeah,
maybe promoting to bring like a new business in.
and of course he's based in Boston, which is the capital of Massachusetts. So all the big corporations are in there too. So that
Yes.
helps.
Yes. Hmm.
But so describe again what it is that you're into,
It's called
helping.
yeah, it's called Starfish Perks, and it's actually a pay app that I put on my phone, and I don't, or I try to remember always not to use my debit card or credit card to pay for what I'm going to buy for anyway. I actually transfer money from my checking account into my pay up on my phone. And what that does when I go, per se, like to Costco or maybe Safeway, I first think about what my intention is, what am I going to whatever store for? And I always use Costco as a cute example because before Starfish, I would end up coming into that store with $300 or $400 worth of stuff that wasn't what I originally went into the store for. And so now I might transfer $50 out of my checking account into my pay app. And then once I'm at Costco, I buy the bread and milk I was intending to buy, and then maybe a treat. And the way Starfish works is I just go into my pay app and I pull up that participating merchant and I open up that and I key in how much I'm going to pay. And the beauty of it is it turns it into a barcode, like a gift card, really. So if anybody's looking over my shoulder, they can't copy my card or they can't get into that. So, but
Yeah.
uh, the cashier will scan the barcode and then immediately I get a percentage of money back. So I get anywhere between 1 to 21% cash back right away. I don't have to wait for a rebate. It just goes right back into my wallet. And the you're probably curious as to why these merchants are doing that. Because every time we use a MasterCard or Visa, they get hammered with a 3% merchant fee. And truth be told, they're adding that to the price of our what we're paying for anyway. So it's good to at least get that back from them. Now they also realize that by being on the Starfish platform, that they're saving a lot of money in advertising, so they get back more than 3% a lot of times. And they can only think of a couple that give the less than the 3%, but all the way up to 21%, which is really nice because I just go about my normal rhythm of life. I buy and pay for what I'm already paying for, and
Yeah.
I make money doing it. Yeah, and so I share that with others, helping them to remember how to budget and teaching them how they can do the very same thing and move that needle. And they can use that money to um, put back in their business, pay off debt, or buy
Mm,
something nice for somebody else. And also, you can send gift cards to others on the Starfish platform. And on top of that, donate to charities and so forth. So it there's a lot of resources and fun on there. I call it my fun app. So yes, thanks for asking.
yeah. I have something that you might be interested in.
Mm.
But before I mention it to her, let's bring in our other friend if she's still around. Sherry, are you still there? Because I think she would be interested in this little project also. Let me see. Sherry, are you there? She's on the list. Well, I'll bring that up when she comes back. Because
Okay.
I think you both will be interested in it. But yeah, it's something I just ran across. Was set up to help nonprofits raise money. Um, I did it as being a small business. They kind of are real picky about a small business because it was set up for nonprofits. But I'm also, yeah, doing my thing, marketing, promoting it.
Yes.
But yeah, there's three phases to it, and I think you'll really like one of them.
Okay.
Um, wait, no, Sherry, before I talk about that one. So, anyways, what else is going on in your life? Enjoying
Yes.
life?
Yeah, yes, absolutely. I speaking of, new homes, like we had to find another
Yeah,
home and I'm really enjoying God shifted me and our family into the bigger and better home. It's the backyard that I'm really in love with because there's fruit trees back there and I always wanted fruit. So right now, my son and I are busy tackling the pear tree. It's very,
ah,
very, very tall, and we're trying to get the pears off. I mean, they're still there. I mean, we're going into, the cooler temps, but we want to get those before it's kind of too late. We're gonna try our hand in canning and making jellies and things, and so wish me luck on that. I've always wanted to can, so we'll be doing that. But now we've got that we have two grape. I call them trees because the little vines. These things are huge. They're tall. They look like trees to me. And a mulberry tree, two apple trees, a plum tree, and then that pear tree. I was like, wow, this is that's my heaven in the backyard.
it's
Yeah.
it sounds like you got a little farm going there.
Well, you're not joking because behind us, our neighbors, they have chickens. So they have the rooster really does crow in the morning, and then their chickens are free range, so they in their backyard. So, but yeah, it's kind of neat though. Actually, it makes me feel like I'm, back on. Well, not all the way back on like the Little House on the Prairie days, but it's still it's nice. I mean, I don't mind the rooster in the morning. It's
Yeah.
actually kind of calming.
It's funny you mentioned pear trees. Growing up, my parents had two pear trees in the yard. These things were so big. We had a two-piece 12-foot pole with a little basket type on the top of it and had
Oh,
like little hooks at the top.
yeah.
We just put it up, put the stem of the pear between the prongs and just pull it down. And the
Oh
basket would hold like
my.
maybe six of them. And then we just lower it down, take them out. My
Oh,
my mother would take them, peel them, cut them in half, um, put a little water in the bottles with the little rubber seals,
yeah.
and seal them. And after they got rid of the two trees, there were two different types of pears too, which was interesting. Um, so we had all these jars down in the corner of the basement in a storage room, and there were so many jars you couldn't keep track of what type was which
Oh
jar
yeah.
because my
Okay.
my mother never marked them.
Oh,
So for dessert, some nights I just go down, get a jar, bring it up, and just eat the pears. We had pears, I think, believe it or not, the way the jars were sealed. My mother had a secret to it. The pears would, we had pears, I think, a year and a half, 2 years after the trees were gone.
oh wow. Okay.
I
They
don't
really
know.
do keep that long then, huh? I was wondering how long, like if you can
Well,
something, how long that would keep.
knowing my mother, she had one of those olden day secrets that she probably used.
What really works, right? She get
Yeah.
put. I call it
What
the thing that really worked, right? So yeah.
once we opened the jars, we didn't have much time to eat them. Once you opened them and the air got into them, you had to eat them
Yeah, you
fast.
gotta eat them. I imagine you gotta eat them pretty quickly, right? Because there's no preservatives, like. But that's pure
Yeah.
food. So yeah.
So I think Sherry is back.
Yay.
I think thought she was. Where'd she go? I think she left us.
Oh.
I don't see her on the list. Uh-oh. Kurt, do you know if Sherry left us? Did she put a message in? Well, I don't know. I can't tell. But anyways, I'll get back to her later and fill her in on it. What this program is, I ran across a company. They wanted to help nonprofits raise money, so they developed a couple of different ways to do it. Um, they give you a website at no charge. He keeps the CEO I was talking to kept saying the nonprofits give us no money, we just give them money. They get a website free of charge with merchandise on it that they can have their logos printed on.
Okay.
T-shirts, jerseys, jackets, cups, hats, travel mugs, um, all kinds of things. And what I just found on my end the other day was sports jackets for all major sports.
fun is that?
And I believe they're all cheaper than if you buy them when you go to the games. And what they do is all the merchandise, whatever the profit is on the merchandise, they split 50-50. And so the website works for you 24/7. And it's online, so it's in everywhere in the world.
Yeah.
It's accessible. That's one of the pieces. Another piece that I find really interesting, where more money can be made than on the products, is they have a membership. It's $50 a year for the membership, but it's discounts on different companies. Um, I don't want to mention companies because I'm not sure. I forget which ones they are.
Yeah.
Um, but they say an average on what people save in a year is $5,000.
That's nice.
For the
Yeah.
price of $50, you're saving 5,000. Who's going to say no?
Right?
And you
Exactly. Yeah.
out of that $50 subscription, you get a certain amount of it, and it's renewable every year. So every year you get the same thing. When somebody renews, you get that much money again. So it's like a residual income.
You're building something. Yes.
Um, and then there's a third phase that they have on travel, um, on group travel.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I
Um,
know that. I know Starfish gives 6% if you fly Delta, 6% cash back. So,
yeah.
uh, in different hotels and stuff. So, but
So
yeah, that's nice what
it's
you're
kind of like a
doing.
win-win-win.
Yeah.
The
Like it.
customers win, the company wins, and I win.
Yeah.
So there's not much of that you can find anywhere anymore, where it's a triple win. So yeah, I got involved with that just a couple weeks ago.
Nice. So,
Um,
how did you find out about that?
what's that?
Said, how did you find out about that?
Uh, believe it or not, Kurt.
Really? That's awesome.
Kurt's connected with the company too.
That's great.
Um, but yeah, I I think it's such a great idea. I mention it to people all the time.
Yeah, you have to share when you have
So
something like that. Yeah, I agree. That's why I'm doing what I'm doing too, because this makes sense.
as as a matter of fact, I already placed my order. I ordered a couple of coffee mugs with my
Yeah,
logo on them.
nice.
So as soon as they come in, I'll have something to show.
So do you like mugs too? You like collect different mugs, or are you like all like um where you want like different colors and stuff like that?
Oh, and here's my site. Thank you, Kurt. This is my
Mm.
site. It's powered by
Okay.
inspired.world.
Nice.
I just got these. Um, go back to the top row, Kurt. These polo shirts. I just put in a request for these because I'm going to be ordering one of them. This is the other app right over here on the right well, when you're looking at the screen, it's on the left-hand side. That looks like the picture of the phone. That's the $50 subscription fee.
I see.
Um, and there's the coffee mugs that I ordered. That's my logo. This is all stuff with my logo on it.
Nice.
And there's the part with the group travel. Um, I don't know if that'll scroll all the way down or not, Kurt, but I have all the sports jackets on there now too. Um, Why is it not? Oh yeah. Okay. There you go.
I see. Wow.
All sports jackets from all teams. Um, so yeah, it's an interesting it's an interesting platform. Thank you, Kurt.
Yes.
I kind of had a funny feeling he was going to be doing that,
Yes, it's great.
but so that's the things I'm getting into. I'll have to talk to Sherry about that. She might
Yes.
jump on that one too.
Yeah. Hopefully, yes.
So
I hope she comes back. She's amazing. So
yeah,
excited for
I was just
to
going to bring her
share.
in too. I don't know where she went. She did she did unmute because I did hear her in the background, but she disappeared. Something might have
Yeah.
come up and she had to leave.
Yeah. Could be.
But I'll have to have her come back on another
Yeah.
podcast.
Yes.
But
Yeah. I just thought that was pretty amazing that her and I were just chatting today on Alignable, like messaging each other back and forth with plans to talk later this afternoon. But that that was wild, and there she was. It's
yeah,
like this is incredibly cool. Yeah.
I I was working with Sherry in the past, and she was already doing the podcast when I met up with her. So I was jumping on the podcast with her, and then next thing I know, the podcast is mine, and here I am, thanks to
Yeah.
Kurt.
Yeah.
But should I tell her that little story, Kurt?
Oh, I think it's a signature part of the show. Take it away.
I I don't know what happened exactly, but at one point, Sherry didn't show up for the podcast for like 3 weeks. We kept it
Uh,
going. And the third week, Kurt turns around and goes, John, have you ever thought of doing a podcast? I said, well, I've been thinking about it. Why? He goes, good. You want to start now? My first podcast was 10 minutes after he said that.
no,
And I've been doing it every week since.
but if I know you just naturally went into it, it was natural rhythm with you. So wow, that's so cool.
So just
That's
goes to
neat.
show
Like
you, you never know where a connection's going to lead you on Alignable.
that's very true. Very true. I triple that.
So
Not just second that, but I triple that. That is so, so, so true. Yeah.
come on in, Kurt. I know you have some questions. I call Kurt my co-host. It's his network,
Yeah.
but I call him my co-host.
Yes.
There he is.
Great. So a cohort hosting with you, a co-host. Here you are. So so Robin, when we talk about alignable and social media, and we're on YouTube here, and I've been with a lot of organizations that have kind of built up my appetite for what John does because I'd be with a lot of these groups and I felt that they could be, better marketed, and get more people involved. And, customer service is a part of marketing. And, so all the things that, help somebody feel the depth of what a company or an organization and a team, you know, um, with products and services. So Robin, where are you in this realm of marketing? Like, where are you on a marketing journey, and how do you feel the future looks for you to get what you're doing to be well marketed?
Well, in regards to marketing, I'm still pretty much old school. I do connect with a lot of people on Alignable. I love Alignable. But getting on the phone or having a video call is definitely happy and fun for me. And it's all about just building that connection and learning and growing together to find how we might be able to help one another. If I don't have something that they are can help them, what I'm as a business hat I'm wearing, I'm gonna go and find somebody that can help them. Uh, that's is that what you're wanting to know in regards to marketing myself, or can you unpack that a little bit better if I'm not understanding what you're talking about?
Yeah, they say that there's four P's of marketing: product, price, place, and promotion. So there's publicity, there's advertising, yeah, the social medias, having events. Event promotion is a way to, kind of draw people in and participate in your scope of what you do. And, so the trick to a business is how do you design your business and utilize tools so that your business grows whether or not you're in a conversation with someone else. So
Tell
do you
me.
have anything like that? Or, I mean, everything you've been describing has been you're in attendance of a meeting, you're in attendance of a video call, which is all good stuff. And a lot of times when we're on social media, we have to type that out, and it's that follow up that if you get engagement, that then you're following up so that that person kind of gets that affirmation
Yes,
from participating.
yes,
So it sounds like you might only be halfway there with your marketing. Does that sound about right?
that could be true. I actually do webinars and help guide people to the platform, but I know there's always a way I could better my best, right? There's always I'm open to growing, yes, of course.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, in terms of when I hear you're doing a webinar and you're doing all this stuff, it sounds like you're doing a lot of marketing. There's no doubt about that. So, John, what are your ideas in terms of Robin with all of her sweat equity and, her design of, having devoted marketing because she's in attendance while that marketing activity is going on? John, what do you pull out of the hat of Mill City Marketing MA to more automate it so that while Robin's on a podcast with us, that marketing of what she provides is happening at the same time? Kind of like you described with the Inspire World. You pointed out how, it's working all over the place all the time. What other tricks do you
Yeah.
have in the magic magician's hat of yours?
Well, I could get back into a conversation with Robin and give her some ideas, like bringing what she does to live stream TV, where a lot of people are going now over regular channels, and now even back into her old field of radio ads. And I can, you'd be surprised with what can be done with AI now too.
Oh yes, I've heard quite a extensive amount. Like
My
I go ahead.
my co-ambassador up here has created a I call it a platform. He calls it something else. Pretty much anything you want to do in marketing, he has set up with AI. Uh, so yeah, we can have a very long conversation at another on another date.
Yes.
Robin, we can sit down and talk about that. Yeah,
Sure.
get more
Sounds
details
great.
about what's involved with what you do and different ways I can help you out with that.
Well, I thank you in advance for that because I love to hear what you would like to share. That's very empowering. Thank you.
Yeah, so I
So
think this is the magic of experiences like Alignable and networking and all the stuff you described, Robin, to be personally involved, engaged in public relations and all
Yeah.
of the business activities. Um, because when we can have these type of conversations where you're kind of staying devoted to your program, your plan, your procedure, your process, and how people come to know you and get emails from you and texts and phone calls, video calls, all the stuff. um, that's where we collaborate, right? And then we can have folks like John come in and kind of help you develop the way you overlook, kind of, what you're devoted to and give you some ideas to, use what the world offers so that you can get some relief because of using, tools out there more. So I'm trying to think, were you describing that you're using AI a little bit?
I just said I've heard a lot about AI, new things. People inbox me quite a bit about new things. I guess there's a new thing that where you can have 6 AI avatars and speak in any language or something like that. But I'm not really like really deep into AI to be honest yet. So
Yeah, but AI is on that side where, when we align with other people, like, I think I'm hearing that, it's not as natural for you to come in and be the one to, carry out what AI can do. But, like that's the power of business groups, and doing things alignable, like you do a webinar and
yeah,
who knows what else is, available to you to, have AI working for you, but you're actually not the one driving it forward,
yeah,
Uh,
yeah, I hear that. Yeah,
like say this podcast, say John uses AI to do everything that he does with his podcast. You wouldn't be doing any of the AI stuff, but yet you benefit, you know, from what he's doing, right?
yes.
So, John, where do you want to take the conclusion here? Because we are just a couple minutes away from our wrap up moment. So, what do you want to fit in before we're done, John? Oh, and you hit that mute button. You like pushing buttons, Sir John.
Oh, sorry about that. I get a lot of background noise over here. Um, so, Robin, if someone wanted to get a hold of you and find out more about what you do, how can they get a hold of you?
Either my email or my phone number, or that's the easiest way. I don't have a back office. I mean, they can to learn about Starfish Perks, they can go to starfishperks.com. But my phone number is 775-467-0149. Those are a very good way to do that. And then my email is ROBINFORASEA@gmail.com. Either or. Yes. Or on Alignable if you're connected on Alignable. I'm on there too. You can connect with me on Alignable.
And if anyone's interested in coming on the podcast, you can get a hold of me. If you need marketing or anything like that, um, if a business needs any kind of help, if I can't help you, I've got plenty of people to connect you to.
Yes,
Um,
you do.
I can I can be reached at my website, millcitymarketingma.com. I'm sorry, correction. I did away with that one. It's now Mill City Business Help with one S at the end of business.com. Um, my email address is millcitymarketingma@gmail.com, or you can find me on Alignable, or look up Mill City Marketing on pretty much any Facebook page and any social media page. Um, I've got a page on pretty much all of them. Um, and if you want to view my past podcasts, go to YouTube, type in Mill City Marketing MA. Most of my podcasts will come up there. And tune in live every Friday at 5 o'clock Eastern, 4 o'clock Central. And come on YouTube Live and watch it live. That's about all I have. Thank you, Robin, for coming.
Oh, thank
Enjoyed it.
you. Thank you. Been a pleasure. Thank you much.
All right, Kurt. Close it out in your formal way, if there is one.
Well, you have been listening to Revolutionize Your Marketing show by none other than John Petro Sr. and guest Robin. And we are looking forward to having you back next week, as John said, at live at 5, I call it, with our World of Ability podcast network. We are pleased, proud, and privileged to have this show and to have you out there watching and listening to it all. We'll catch you next time. Bye for now.